Hey everybody, it's Glenn back in this video so you can join me for some toy hunting. Kicking it off with what's become a staple of my toy hunting videos, it's Smiths. And hot on the heels of those superhero mashers micros, which you may have seen me recently reviewed, they now have 2-packs, Loki and the Hulk, Ultron and Iron Man. Then there's Rhino and Spider-Man. And who else do we have back here? Whoops, don't tell me off in the comments, I will pick those up. It's Red Skull and Cap. Regular viewers will know I love me some Rhino, so this 2-pack's going straight in my basket. And I actually like the look of Loki in this set too. They have a bunch of wrestlers yet, nothing I'm really looking for. Next in my sights I have the WWE Elite 41 Finn Balor and Lita, yet they don't have that in yet. Been asked if I'm going to pick up this Renee Young, as I usually do pick up the Divas, but that face, I'll give her a skip, as it seems many other people are doing as well, as the rest of this series seem to be absent from the pegs except for her and a whole heap of John Cena's. I don't see no Kalisto, no Brock Lesnar, no Seth Rollins, no Luke Harper, unless they're hiding behind John Cena. No, there's Eva Marie, which I also skipped. I just don't see that different enough from her previous release to justify shelling out on her again. As for Star Wars Black Series, they are super stacked with those, and seeing Captain Phasma on the pegs now makes me kick myself for shelling out way more than I should for her back when the movie came out to a scalper on eBay, but hey, them are the breaks. Personally, I'm not all that interested in the Batman vs Superman movie, but worthy of note is I'm pretty sure this is the first time I'm seeing the movie Aquaman on the pegs. By the way, who's seen Skull Poop L? If you've seen it, let me know what you think in the comments below. I've already seen it twice, which gives a nod of my hat as to what my opinion is. Meanwhile, in another corner of the Marvel Universe, via Asda, they have the Captain America Marvel Legends. Do they have... Yep, there he is, Taskmaster, on the pegs, loud and proud. He seems to be the one who's in a lot of people's sights right now. And then I'm seeing this set for the first time. It's 3 3/4 inch Cap and motorbike. Had that been 6-inch Legend scale, I'd have been all over it. I think a set like this with Falcon and fancy big wings and maybe a Red Wing accessory is coming. It doesn't picture it on the back, it just has the 3 3/4 inch Legends, which are up on the pegs there. Also seeing these for the first time, Ultimate Spider-Man Sinister 6 2-packs, that's Stealth Armor Spider-Man, because nothing says stealth like being shiny and silver. And he comes with Sandman, Agent Venom and the Green Goblin. Checking out their Star Wars goodies, and it seems the 6-inch Black Series have been reduced to £16. Someone's cleared the lot out except for this lone Flame Trooper though, which £16, that's enough discount for it to go straight in my basket. I'm wondering if Asda will ever get the second series of these 3 3/4 inch Black Series figures in. Moving on to their WWE section for a look-see, they've got a couple of stray basics going on. Oh, what have they got elite-wise? There's Stardust, Goldust, yeah, I see you back there, X-Pac. There's DDP. Yeah, now let's give X-Pac a bit of a spotlight and return him back into the shadow of Paige, flashing off both her women's champ. Ooh, hang on a second. Wow, the WWE's shutout of Hulk Hogan is real. They've stuck a blooming sticker over his face. You can just see a tiny sliver of his bandana peeking out of the top of that sticker. Over at Toys R Us, and there's no Elite 41 here either, but they do have a bunch of basic 58 and 59, including Eve Marie with the World Heavyweight Championship title. Hopefully the only time she ever wears a championship. I'm going to pop into Tesco, see if there's anything new going on in the toy section there. Well, this is the first time I'm seeing these. Well, not the first time I'm seeing these, as I've reviewed some of these Miniverse 2-inch figures, but in the 2-pack form. But this is the first time I'm seeing them in this bigger multi-pack. It says Hero versus Hero, and as such, Crossbones from the 2-pack hasn't made the cut. Now, I've opened a number of the Marvel 500 blind bags on Blind Bag Bonanza, and my brain tells me they're garbage, but they have Series 4 in and my heart wants me to pick them up. I think it's the lure of the packaging. It's just like a big bright slice of classic Marvel. Now, spreading my wings and moving further afield to Hamleys, which if you watched my Toy Hunting in London series, I featured the Hamleys in London. Well, this is the Glasgow location, but I suspect the same ridiculous prices. And like many a toy store right now, they're gearing up for Civil War, and they have the Captain America Marvel Legends. Oh, blimey! No, your eyes do not deceive you. Let me focus my camera. They're £28. Suddenly, Asda's £21.97 doesn't seem so bad. And certainly makes these DC Comics Batman vs Superman multiverse figures more reasonable. This is the first time I'm seeing these actually. Most stores in the UK are only stocking the more basic articulated 6-inch action figures. Do we have Wonder Woman anywhere? Can't see her. And honestly, I can't be bothered to dig that deep. Or if you want a Superman that's way too big to scale to the Hot Wheels car it comes with, there you go. And then there's Batman. He could ride that Batmobile as a skateboard. Do they have Wonder Woman and her invisible jet? That's what she rides, right? Ooh, they've got a fancy Kylo Ren helmet, a whopping £110. For the price though, it does look pretty good. It's behind a glass case because they know people like me would shove it on and take a selfie for a thumbnail for a video. It's the Ultimate Warrior from Parts Unknown, and frankly this toy can go back there. I've got a matching Undertaker as well. Let's put his play gimmick to full effect. There's his button on the back. There we go. Your bullets cannot harm me. My wings are like a shield of steel. Then move out the way, Superman. He's hiding a Lana and Rusev battle pack back there. I picked that up quite a while ago. In fact, a lot of the figures here I think have been on the shelves for ages. That Roman's not too old, I guess. Earthquake I picked up a while back, and they're basics. They seem to have quite a few Rusevs and equally quite a few Dolphs. So if you want to army build either of those, you know where to go. Let's hit the Disney store, and hopefully in doing so I can dodge the inane jolliness of the staff here. So I've never wanted to be 7 years old again as badly as I do looking at these Stormtrooper shoes. If only they'd make them in adult sizes. Unless I cut my toes off, I could squeeze my foot in maybe. Ooh, this Venom's tongue, it's drawing me in for some reason. I must touch it. Moving on to HMV, and nope, James Bond's not even catching her eye. And I know they were referring to Pringles when they said once you pop you can't stop, but it could equally apply to this HMV as they've got more pops than I've ever seen in one place at one time. Whew, it really is quite astounding. But more importantly, the question is, Civil War, are you hashtag Team Salt or hashtag Team Pepper? I'm in Forbidden Planet, and I think I might pick up some Deadpool Minimates for the Deadpool action figure evolution I'm working on. Which set to get? I'm here at Toys R Us, and I'm noticing, like Smiths, they're jumping on the Marvel Superhero Mashers Micros bandwagon, literally with bandwagons kind of in the form of vehicles. There's Cap and his racer, Spider-Man and his speeder, and seems from looking at the back that the vehicles, like the figures themselves, have interchangeable parts. And then there's Hulk with his smash dozer. Something tells me that's not comic book canon. Finally, I'm at a local discount store, and Slam City, I forgot that existed. Randy Orton and Santino Marella, yeah, they're showing their age by some of the wrestlers included here. There's Sheamus, that's one for my good friend Tommy's Toy Travels, comes with Brock and a shark. Why not? good golly, speaking of blasts from WWE toy past, it's microaggression back from the Jax days. Boogeyman, Elijah Burke and The Miz, well, one of them still has a job. There's Lashley, Jeff Hardy, Triple H, again, one of them still with the WWE, and then Finlay, Edge and Kane. It's a theme, Kane's still with the WWE. Eek, I'm actually getting scared now that the doors to this discount store are actually a time portal. I've travelled back in time to back when the WWE was still the WWF, the Hardy Boys were on a pencil case, Kurt Angle was still with the company, and The Rock dressed as a cow. Anyway, click this video to see just what I stumbled upon in my previous toy hunt. And don't forget to do it like Deadpool, give this video a big thumbs up, and stay tuned to see if I make it back to 2016. And I hope to see you all next time. Bye.